why you need to stop living on autopilot. It's easy, especially if you work a full-time schedule here in America, 40 hours a week, 50, 60, 70 hours. I don't know how long you work or how much you work, but it is very, very easy to fall into a routine. Now, don't get me wrong, routines are good. You know, they provide stability, a sense of order in your life, all that good stuff. But another angle of this is you need to live with intention. And what I mean by intention is really planning meticulously how your day is going to go each and every day. It gives you purpose. And I guess like what I'm getting to is that, man, like sometimes if you just fall into a consistent routine, especially like in a job that you may not really like, and you definitely want to be out of that environment, and you keep telling yourself that you're going to change habits, you're going to change, just a way to, just set with better and bigger intentions, to get out of the environment that you're stuck in. But we don't act on that. Now, why is that? At least with me in the last several years, sometimes I'll find myself stuck in jobs, for just an unbearable amount of time. And I think it's because, while routine to some degree can be good, it also just really wears you down in that you're too tired to make any meaningful change. I don't know if that's like making sense, but like, I guess being comfortable can really set you in a way of life that you're not going to see change so drastically. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Sometimes comfort is really the trap. And that's living on autopilot. And so many people are doing it these days. Comfort is the hidden trap. It really is. So how do you get unstuck living on autopilot? Well, as in many of my other videos previously, I always preach the importance of financial independence, keeping your expenses to a minimum, keep controllable expenses ultra low. And the reason for that is, finances, it revolves a lot of things in life. If you have less financial responsibilities, less financial burdens, fewer things to be worried about monetary wise, it's a lot easier to make moves. You're in a position where if you really don't like your job and you want to make radical change, you could do so with a minimal amount of stress. Because like it or not, when you change jobs or when you change careers, generally speaking, it's going to be stressful because you're going to go into a new environment that's unfamiliar. You're not going to be in that, usual routine, which is not pleasant, but it's predictable. Going into a new environment is unpredictable. But that's also living, not knowing what the next day brings. That brings excitement, creativity, a forced will to be creative and seek new beginnings. That's an exciting part of life, I think. But yeah, that's a major component, is the importance of financial independence. So you can make necessary cuts and take the risks. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, just so many people are living on autopilot now. And, I don't know what the causes are. I mean, we identified that, the comfort trap causes a lot of us to be on autopilot. I think the fear of rejection, too, is a major component as well. Maybe social media. That causes us to be on autopilot. How many people have you seen out in public? Just people watch. They're on their phone like this, doom scrolling for hours. Look at all that time that's wasted. That's living on autopilot. But I guess this video is just to make you aware. Push play, not the pause button. Stop living on autopilot. Until next time.